how we feeling.
That's exactly how we feeling.
That's what I'm talking about. I want to give it up to Mimi got vocals. That's my niece. She got a whole lot of that and some more. We're going to be bringing it to you. That's going to be my theme song for a minute.
Might be mine too.
Freedom.
Freedom. That's what we're talking about.
That's exactly where we at with it right now. We're going to have some callers calling in. I put it out there on Facebook. If you didn't get the number, it's 293-3375. And we are at the most wonderful neighborhood, Morris Media Studios. I'm going to give a shout out to Poetess in the back because that's our engineer. She's a woman. And you gotta love it, right?
I did that.
So today we got Julia Smith with us, and I am so happy to have her because she is representing 90043.
Yes, ma'am.
And all around and in the residing areas, because we connected to a whole lot of other zip codes out there. 90037, 90019, 90047. We connected with a whole lot of zip codes. 90043 is the nucleus right now, and we need everybody from around and in the area to tune in to the community and what's going on. So Julia, I met you at the community meeting, Park Mesa community meeting.
Yes.
And I've been going out to the community meetings. You guys got to come out, find out when the next meeting is. Go to your local town hall, find out when the next meetings are, and you get there because it's quite interesting. You would not believe what is going on inside our community right up under our nose. If you don't come out and find out, then you'll never know. You'll never know.
Everybody can't go and everybody can't know.
Everybody can't
but
go.
If you come to the meeting, you know what's up.
Okay. So I was happy to know that Julia was running for at-large rep.
At-large representative, yes, ma'am.
And what is an at-large rep?
Well, I'm so happy you asked me that. And first of all, I just want to tell you, I appreciate you so much for inviting me. This is a wonderful opportunity. And I just want to answer your question, explain exactly what at-large representative means. It has two meanings. One, it means that I don't live in Park Mesa Heights, but I am affiliated through a business, a nonprofit organization, and I belong to the Black Workers Center, which made me eligible to run for Park Mesa. Unfortunately, as I was in the process of running, I found out that my house is one block out of the boundary. So that means I'm at large, but I can still represent. Good. But what at large means to me is that I will be in the communities, at the housing, homeless encampments, community-based organizations. I'll be at the churches. I will be on the streets listening to your concerns, your ideas, and listening to the change that you want to see in the community. And it will be my responsibility to deliver these concerns and ideas directly to the neighborhood council, directly to the city council, and the mayor's office as well. So this is a wonderful opportunity. I'm no different than anybody else. I'm just tired of sitting on the sidelines saying, you know what, I don't like this. I'm mad about this. I'm frustrated about this. What's going on? So I'm just trying to do my part, but I can't do it by myself. I need the support of the community. I need to find people who are just like you, like-minded. We're like-minded. We already discovered that.
We want some things.
Yeah,
we want some things to happen in our community.
We want some things to happen.
Yes.
And we can't just sit back and say we want it to happen.
No.
We can't sit back and say, gentrification, is the evil. There are some problems with gentrification, but there are things that we can do to defend ourselves against that. So, my election is tomorrow. Tomorrow at Ascension Lutheran Church, which is right there down the street from the Marathon store on West Boulevard.
That's right next to the smoke shop.
Right next to the smoke shop.
Y'all know where that is.
Come on now. And I'll meet you there too, and you can tell me your concerns and ideas at the smoke shop.
Okay. Let's keep it real right here on Testimony.
Right.
Because there's so many people that try to act like, they don't play no parts and none of that sometimes. But you know what? The smoke shops are needed. Okay. I hate to solicit tobacco and all of that, but they're needed because they have other things in the smoke shop that benefit us that are natural, natural sources of, because we don't have to buy. If people who smoke medicinal marijuana don't have to go out and buy nothing that's going to harm your throat. You can go to a smoke shop and you can get something that's natural, that's something that's smokeless, something that's safe, so they once again they didn't put a bad rap on smoke shops, a bad name, bad tags on smoke shops. It's not all about tobacco, and it ain't all the time that the wrong people do hang out there at the smoke shops. It's just so happen that, anywhere in the neighborhood, when you have something that's a hot commodity, I don't care if they selling socks, you're going to get people hanging out because that's what they want. Okay, so we just got to make sure we feed them and treat them with respect, and they won't bother us as long as we don't bother them, because we ain't scared of what's going on in our community. We've been living over here all our life.
Yes.
We got people moving in wanting to shut you smoke shops down, all of them. They want to shut them down. That's what they're talking about in the community, shutting the smoke shops down. So, we got to get out there. We got to vote.
Well, not only do we have to vote, and I don't have anything against smoke shops, but, we got smoke shops and dispensaries on every corner. And like you said, smoke shops do have their benefits. But what I would like to see in my community are other resources and other businesses that are promoting health. And I want to support small businesses.
That's good.
In the community.
That's
it's
good.
very, very important that we do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, having dispensaries and weave shops on the corner, we all need them. We need our weed.
We need those vegan wraps, because y'all out there tearing your lungs up with those blunts.
We need vegan wraps. We need more healthy choices in our community. And
I think somebody's knocking at the door.
When we have healthy choices in the community, people can thrive.
Absolutely.
Healthy
and that
foods.
means food.
Yeah, healthy foods.
Groceries.
Healthy foods. Different organizations, that are promoting health, mental health, physical health, spiritual health. We need all of those things.
Speaking about grocery stores, I was over in Compton the other day. And Compton, that's another part of us.
Yes.
We are not separated when it comes to a whole. We are all together. So I went over there to the grocery outlet. It is a Black-owned grocery store. And the things that are in that grocery store, I thought I was in a Trader Joe's or something like that. It was so fresh.
I'm very familiar with what you're talking about, and I think it's Black-owned,
reasonable,
and it's owned by a woman.
Yes. And if y'all don't know about the grocery outlet in Compton, you guys need to hurry up and go and find out about the grocery outlet off of Rosecrans, and I think it's like Avalon.
I haven't had the opportunity
something like
to go.
that in Rosecrans. I think, I'm not sure, but it's called the grocery outlet. And girl, when I tell you everything from produce to meat. To they even got some stuff called lean protein, like a protein drink called lean. They got some really high quality products and food that you don't have to worry about if it's spoiling. You walk in there, everything is fresh. You don't smell nothing spoiling. You can walk in the produce department, you smell some rotten something. You don't smell any of that in there. You just see
I should hope
fresh. Not. Well, I'm telling you, I have,
right.
Some of these food for lesses and some of these little, ma and pa stores, they let the stuff spoil and you can smell it when they walk in the door and it doesn't stay fresh. And that's the thing. Don't just continue to be okay with them selling us anything. We need fresh meat. We need fresh produce.
Yes.
We need everything healthy. If you go, and the reason why I say smoke shops is because if you go to Santa Monica and you stop at a smoke shop, everything in there is natural. Everything is good for you. Everything, even though they do have nicotine, and nicotine is one of the things that we fight, everybody is, fight with that addiction. I used to have that addiction, and I know how hard it is to stop smoking.
Yes.
But, as far as the things that you want to smoke with your medicinal marijuana or, however you want to do it, they have detoxes in there, and they have really, 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 really healthy choices that you can make to keep yourself healthy. There's so many people that's out there smoking, and they're abusing their body while they do it. I mean, you already smoke cigarettes. That's one thing. Then you smoke marijuana with the blunts and the wraps and all of that. Then all that stuff, just because it's being sold to you, is not good for you. But when I go over to the other neighborhoods, say like the upper class areas, and I walk in their smoke shops, there's quite a difference between their smoke shops and our smoke shops. So we have to start demanding that we have the best quality over here in our neighborhood.
Well, I mean, to add to that, I think many of these smoke shops, they don't have the information either. They're just trying to make money, and they think that, oh, okay, I'm in the hood, I'm in the neighborhood, people want cigarettes. They might not be aware that we want a variety of things.
Healthy choices.
Yes,
right?
We want healthy choices. We want information on health. But if they don't know, they can't give us the information.
You're absolutely right.
So, maybe once this election is over, I'll go visit some of these smoke shops. And together, you and I, we can find some information, say, hey, do you know about this? They might say, oh, I didn't know about this. Maybe I'll go and order it and put it out there.
Yeah, they got stuff that help you stop smoking cigarettes in the other smoke shops.
Yeah, give us a choice to quit. Give us a choice.
Yeah, that's
we need options, and that's why I want to run for at-large representative, because these are the exact ideas. We're not the only ones just sitting back here thinking about that. There's so many other people, but they don't know where to start. They don't know where to go. They don't even believe that anyone's going to listen to them. And I'm here to tell you that's not true. I'm here to listen. Right. I'm here to deliver the concerns.
Thank God for you.
So definitely, I will look into that. And if there's others that are out there and they have information about different health alternatives to smoking, hey, hit me up, hit Miss Tanya up and let me know. Anything else.
We want to hear your voice. And I can tell Miss Julia to give you a call, or she'll jot everything down for you. But, she's representing just for that just for that platform, for you to come and say, hey, I don't have all the ideas. She don't have all the ideas. But we know that as a unit, like I was talking to one of the ladies here today, I forget her name, she does a podcast. As a unit, what do we have to say? What do you guys have to say? Tell us what you think. What do you think about poverty? What's your solution? We need everybody's voice so that we can think about these things and bring it together, and let's start forming our own community meetings.
When you talk about other communities, the more affluent neighborhoods, and you're describing the differences between their community and our community. Another thing that I see in rich communities is that they have so many opportunities and forums where people can come and gather, and they have dialogue about events that are impacting them in the community.
Right.
And that's what we need in our community. We need more opportunities, more forums, more dialogues, where people like you and I and your listeners out there can come together and say, hey, I'm concerned about this. And then, you never know, when you go out and you go to these city council meetings and these neighborhood council meetings, you're going to meet other people who are just like you, who really want to make a change.
That's right.
And just think, if I would have never met you. I probably walked by you.
If we wouldn't have been at the same place.
If you were not at that neighborhood council, I would not have met you. And if I had, we'd have walked right by each other, didn't even speak, didn't even smile.
Absolutely.
And that's another thing we need to stop doing. When you see a sister or a brother, speak. It's not going to hurt you.
We don't do that enough.
Everybody's so afraid to be vulnerable, or, just say hello.
Right.
And you never know what can happen after hello. I saw you speak. I said, that girl's got fire.
That's
and it took, you have fire. And it took courage to me to say, hey, here's my card. You know what I'm saying? And then you called me too. I'm like, what? And then we talked. So this is a blessing. And
you say I have fire.
You have fire.
Seen fire. That was the Holy Ghost.
I saw fearlessness. That's what I saw, and I gravitate towards that, because
yeah, you did, and we didn't say a word to each other. You just came right over.
I just can't because I looked at your eye, and I looked you dead in your eye. I said, "Oh yeah, she got fired, and she wants to see some change.
I really do.
And she's here to fight, and I
Yes.
just want to let her know I'm a warrior too. So let's do it.
And we got a whole lot of y'all warriors out there.
Yes, we do.
And that's why we calling on y'all, because the community needs your voice.
Mm-hmm.
And this is serious, I had to pay attention to the community for a minute on the podcast testimony, because right now, this is a test for us.
Yes.
And we want it to be a testimony, but it's a test.
Mm-hmm.
And so I need everybody to understand that without all of us joining in together and talking about what we need and becoming a one voice in this community, things are going to continue to happen without us knowing, right up under our nose. They're going to continue to build and do a whole lot of things without us knowing. We're going to be like, when did that happen? Where did that come from? Why didn't
Exactly.
anybody tell us? Especially the stakeholders and the business owners. I got a business owner that's probably going to call in here in a minute. She got a whole lot of things to say. And she's right down the street over here on Crenshaw.
Okay.
And she said, I will be calling. She's doing hair right now, but she said, I will be calling in. I want to talk to Julia.
Okay, that's great.
So,
that's
you know,
wonderful.
I'm trying to...
Uh,
there she is. Hey.
Hi, this is Tracy.
That's
over
Tracy.
at Dr. Brace. How you doing?
Put your headphones on. She
Oh.
talking to...
Oh,
yeah, you can
okay.
hear her better in the...
Miss Tracy,
Yes, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great. I like all the upgrades that's going on in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And my only concern is the building that's being built on the 42nd block of Crenshaw, right in front of my place of business, which is a great building.
Yes.
But I was just trying to find out what are the plans for the parking? Because it's 110 units with no parking.
Yes, this is a really big concern, and I've been attending the many neighborhood council meetings, and the council and there are many residents that feel the same way about you, that there are developments coming into this community, and they're saying that they're here to help the homeless, and they're here to do all these wonderful things, but what's going on is they didn't have vision. They didn't have vision that if you build this 110 unit building, where's the parking? How is that going to impact the corridors and the avenues and the neighbors and the business owners? They didn't take that into consideration. So this is what we've got to stop. We don't want people coming into our communities, building these developments, one, without asking, how we feel about it, and two, sharing with us their goals and their process. Because what's the whole point of building this building, helping out the homeless, but then you are inconveniencing the business owners and the homeowners and the community, and you didn't even take that into consideration? Where's the consideration? Where are the people going to park? So now you're going to congest our corridors and our streets to build this. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. So you are right on point to be concerned about this. Unfortunately, it looks like that building is already up, but they've already started. So unfortunately, when these kind of developments, when they're already in process and they're in movement, it's really hard to combat that. But what we can do in the future is, if you start attending these neighborhood councils, we can start demanding that if it's not a win-win situation, we don't want it. We don't, of course, we are concerned about homeless. Of course, we want to extend ourselves, because we know many people who are one check away from being homeless. Being homeless is not what it used to be. You'll be surprised of the people that I have met, because I've been an advocate for homeless people for about 6 years now. You'll be surprised how many educated, hardworking people are out there who are homeless or at risk of losing their home. So yes, we do need to extend themselves, but it can't just be a win for the corporations who are going to make money hand over fist. They can't be the only ones to win. The homelessness can't just be the only ones who win. What about the community? So if they don't start thinking about ideas and developments where it's a win-win-win, we got to fight against it. We got to talk about it.
That's right. That's right. Well, thank you for addressing it, and I really appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you, and I'm going to come by there, and I would like to introduce myself, and I'm going to come look at that development and see who owns it.
Oh, okay.
Most
Tracy,
definitely.
tell her the name of your shop.
Yeah, tell me the name of your shop, Miss Tracy.
It's called Who Does Your Braids and Fades.
Who do your braids and fades? Oh, okay.
And she also have a smoke shop right next door.
It's called Toe Smoke Shop.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, you got a smoke shop too. Okay.
That's why
I
gotta be for my friends with the smoke shops,
And-
because they, a lot of them are doing the right thing.
Let me tell you, Miss Tracy, I am in big support of supporting women and supporting women who are entrepreneurs. And let me tell you, listeners out there, just because you're not a entrepreneur doesn't mean you can't support one.
That's right.
So let's start. Let's start there.
Okay.
So you got my support, and now that we're connected, I will see to it that I support you. I will advocate for you, and you're a boss.
Yes, she is. That's all I deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, she is.
We
She's
got to
a boss.
hustle and flow around here and support each other. I'm sitting right now in the studio. There's nothing but women in here. I love it.
Ghetto fabulous. I told y'all. All right, Tracy, I'm coming over there. Tell Donna I said happy birthday to her.
Uh-oh.
And I'll be there.
We love you. We love you.
I love you too. Okay.
God bless you.
Okay,
Ciao.
God bless. Take care.
Hey, Shotty Mac, what's going on? She said, Julia and Tanja Edwards, small world.
I know. What's up, Shotty? Woo-hoo.
Tony Sweet, I love you. I love you, Tony, over at UBN in Burbank. I haven't been able to get over that way, but that's my brother. That's my brother from another mother, and I still love Tony. We gonna still do a lot of work together. I just gotta, make sure I take care of the community first, and this is where it's at. And I thank God for Portis and Morris Media Studios right now for being right here available in the neighborhood for us. So anybody who want to come and voice their opinion, or if you just want to get on for a quick hour of your own, come over here and Portis at Morris Media Studios. They'll give you a deal, because that's what they all about right now. We need a voice everywhere. Mm-hmm. So if you have a voice, we don't need you to be sitting back at home because you don't have the money to do a podcast. We need you to piggyback on us. Mm-hmm. And we need you to come on down. We got a lot of podcasts that'll love to have you. Artists, love to have you down here. I'm going to be bringing a lot of new artists for the summer to our community, and it's going to be like Apollo on Testimony.
Okay, I love that idea. I love that idea.
Yeah.
And like I said, I can't stop saying it, but I just love you so much, because people need to be encouraged. Excuse me? Yeah, and like I said, I can't. Sorry.
Oh, we had a little feedback. Oh. Okay, go ahead.
Well, what I love about you and what I love about your show is that you are really instilling in people that we all have something to contribute.
Yes, we do.
We all have talent. We all have a story. We all have, what I forgot what I was saying. We all have talent. We all have a story.
We all have a voice.
And we all have a voice.
Yes,
Thank
Lord.
you so much.
Yes.
So, absolutely. Come down here, check it out. Let your voice be heard. And basically what we're trying to do is just make the connections.
Yeah.
We're just making the links and making the same chains that bind us down are the same. We can build the same chains to defend ourselves from being oppressed, being disenfranchised, from being rejected, neglected. Okay. So let's get connected. Let's create the links, and we can do this.
Yeah, because we got a lot of new neighbors,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to be giving a huge block party once again. I used to give block parties during the time Obama was getting elected,
Mm-hmm.
and we called it the Obama Block Party.
Okay.
And it was, off of Brian Harrison 54th, and we used to give these huge block parties, and
Mm-hmm.
then Darnell would give one on the other end on 53rd, between 52nd and 53rd, and it was really like a huge thing for a couple of years.
We need that.
And so, I'm ready to do that again, just so that our neighbors and our new neighbors who've moved into the community can get acquainted with who's who. And a lot of our neighbors are afraid of the community. They moved in the community, but they're very afraid of the community because they're not used to the cultural environment that we live in, and we're used to it. So we're very at ease. We don't like the crime, and actually the crime hasn't really gone anywhere. It's still here. It's just that they've joined us in our world now, you know, so now they get a chance to see what it's like to live with the helicopter staying in the air 24/7.
Right.
And, you know, sirens that you just, you know, it's sad we kind of get used to it and kind of tune it out.
Right.
You know, when we hear sirens now, we hear it so much. And we got to start somewhere. We got to start spreading some type of wisdom out here. Get our young kids involved with the community.
Definitely.
And some things that they can participate in so they can stop gang banging, so they can stop killing up each other. Because gangs actually started, it was a positive thing. It was not a negative thing. And if you go back on my podcast and look at one of my podcasts, I can explain to you on when you go back and look at the one with the Grim Sleeper, I think it is, I can explain to you what Crips and Blood. No, I think it wasn't that one. But go, I'll let you guys know in the next one. I want to break it down what a Crip and a Blood really is. It's a positive thing. It's what we're doing right now, and the calls that we have right now. Every bit of that was about cleaning your community up, building your sisters and brothers, and it has turned to a negative situation. And those things are acronyms to something very positive. Blood and Crip is an acronym to something very positive that stands for something very positive and involves unity in your community. And we have totally switched that up to being enemies and killing up each other and, you know, set territories and stuff like that. Stuff that I didn't even know growing up. I wish I did. So now that I do know, let's let these young kids know what it really means. So they won't grow up to consider everything as an enemy, the Crip and the Blood. It's just a community that needs to get together in unity, and they need to form some type of action to help build and sustain where we live. That's all that is.
Absolutely.
To become a strong people.
Right.
That's what that is. You know, it don't have nothing to do with, you know, all the politics and killing and everything that it caused our family, deaths and, you know, incarcerations and stuff like that. It had nothing to do with that. You know, so just like I told y'all, my name is Tanji and I'm a hood rat. And I'm a hood rat, okay? And I'm proud to be a hood rat because that's an acronym. Yeah, RAT is an acronym. RAT is real awesome transformation because that's what we do. You know, we African American women, we transform.
Yes,
we know how to transform. You know, we are your best actors, actresses, and, you know, I ain't gonna leave the Hispanic community out neither because
don't do that.
when I say Black African American, I want to invite them in because guess what? They have some of the same characters and they've been through some of the same things and they transform too. And they transform in some of the most beautiful ways, you know.
Yes.
And they're very hood and they're very ghetto fabulous, you know. And we all are, and stop running from that word because that's who we are. That is our root. Embrace it and be who you are. Love where you came from. I don't care if you're on the east side, west side, northwest, south, wherever you at. You Chicago, New York, you know, down south.
If you in the struggle,
you are.
period.
You in the struggle and it's real. Then just go ahead and embrace it. Let's keep it 100% around here. Okay.
I just wanted to go back to something you said earlier about you know, white people moving into the neighborhood and that they're fearful. One of the reasons they are fearful is because they're very aware that many of us who are still here in this community, we are afraid of being displaced. And so many of the new members here, they are, you know, hesitant about extending themselves because they feel as though they're going to be attacked because they moved. And that's why I just want your listeners to know, you know, we can't be anti anything.
No, we can't.
I don't believe in that. You know, we can't be anti-poor, anti-black, anti-brown, anti-gang. We have to embrace all these different, we have to embrace the diversity that's in our community.
Yes,
and
we do.
have to extend ourselves to the new members as well. You know, not forcing them, oh, you in our community, you got to do this and got to do that. No. I'm not with that. What I am with is extending myself and inviting, hey, we're having a block party. Would you like to come?
Well, that's why I want to give another one, because they don't know us. And when they don't know us, that could be a problem. That's a problem within itself when they don't know you. They're already afraid because they over here. Okay. That's why they want to change things to fit their convenience. Right. They don't need to change things around our community.
Speak on it.
We want to keep our community as cultural as we can without them changing it, because we go over to their neighborhood, and the reason why I say that is because Beverly Hills is predominantly Caucasian and stuff like that. And, you know, we have other areas that's predominantly Caucasian. We go over there in the suburbs, and we know that this is the way they do things, and we respect that. And we know that we are the minority in a predominantly Caucasian area, and guess what? We adapt to whatever, and then they invite us and they welcome us, and we all begin to be one big happy family because we begin to learn each other's hearts. We can't learn each other's hearts if they're afraid of us, and it's okay that they're over here as long as they remember that they are over here with us. And we're not over there with them. See, when we're over there with them, and I'm not racist. I have a lot of Caucasian friends. But when we're over there, we know that we can't go around there doing certain things that we comfortable doing right here in our own community. Exactly. And that's out of respect. You know, they're different and we're different from them. Don't be mad at that. That will never change. We will always be different. But we are a unique people, and we want to keep that uniqueness in our community, and we want to invite them so that they can be more diverse and they can embrace what we do, and they'll understand Black people better, and they'll have a better relationship with us as well.
The bottom line is we have to learn to celebrate people who are different than us. I don't know if you guys are aware, but, you know, this month is Gay Pride Month. So, you know, I celebrate their freedom too.
Shout out to all my lesbians. Shout out to all my homosexuals. Shout out to y'all, boo.
No doubt, no doubt. So, yeah, like I said, we got to celebrate them. We got to celebrate each other. We got to celebrate different cultures.
That's right.
And the beauty, the difference between Beverly Hills and Park Mesa is that we are diverse. You know, we have rich people here. We have Black people here. We have Mexicans here.
We're very diverse. Yes.
We have, you know, people who live in check to check. We got people who got bags. We got people who are doctors and lawyers. And we got, you know, we got it all.
And they want to taste our collard greens. And they want us to make cornbread. They want to eat some of our foods and have like big old giant parties and be able to go next door and be like, what did you guys cook for Christmas?
Right.
Oh, you know what? We got casserole. Oh, girl, we made some dressing. Right. They want to be able to do that. We have to start opening our ourselves up to invite them in more with that type of love. Embrace them, and then we won't see them always trying to figure out a way to shut us out so that they can become comfortable. Allow them to be comfortable right here with our community the way it is, as far as our cultural concerns are you know, considered. We want to keep our cultural backgrounds. We want to keep Leimert Park with all its roots, you know, with the Nazi dreads and everything, and the reggae and all that we do. We don't want to remove that. That's what makes our community.
We're not going to remove it. That's not going to happen.
Yes, and if we continue to not do what we asking the community to do, come together and embrace this and become a voice, so they'll know that, you know, hey, we don't bite. We, you know, we all can get along, you know. Let us show you guys how to do it. You can show us a different way. We can mix it in together, but let's have a little respect, because if you want to be over here, we going to show you what it's like to be over here and be comfortable and not be uncomfortable. And it's okay for us to get it like that, but we got to get it started somewhere.
Well, we got to lead by example. It starts with you and I.
Amen.
So I don't think it's hard to do. You just keep on doing what you're doing, you know, and I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing.
It'll catch on.
It'll catch a fire.
That's it.
Because I saw you. I already had the fire, and I saw you. I said, "Ooh, okay, yeah." I didn't know
Amen.
I didn't know how we were gonna get together. I didn't know if you was ever gonna call me, but I knew I would see you again, and I was gonna talk to you. But you know, you were proactive and you reached out to me, and that's all it takes.
That's it. That's it. And that same day, Project 43 that was up there, it's Ann, she called me, that she's the founder. She has put in thousands and thousands. I'm talking about so much money out her own pocket into a Project 43.
Yeah, I would support her.
Yeah,
she was the lady talking about the book bag
giveaway for the Nipsey Hussle's birthday.
Everybody that's listening should just pick up a backpack and take it to this sister. She's doing wonderful work, and these are the kind of stories I love to hear, because there's so many people out there that want to see change, that are making it happen. You know, but we don't support them. You know, we don't follow them because they're not bossed up. They're not in a Maybach. They not got 5,000 likes and listeners and all that kind of stuff. But they out there doing the good fight, and those are the bosses and queens to me.
Yeah, and that Project 43, I know I'm missing something. It's Project 43 something. I don't know. I'm going to put it on my Facebook. But I'll let you guys know about it again.
It's late in August.
Yeah, it's in August.
And if you invite me back, I will definitely have that information for you.
Definitely. As a matter of fact, you know, you guys really don't know, but I have my own nonprofit, and it's called Inner City Angels of Love out here in the city. Okay. And so what I do is, you know, I get involved with foundations like that. And of course, you know, our own Nipsey Hussle, anything that he does for the kids, you know, you can count me in. So I have some things coming from the St. John Center in Santa Monica coming to me, and it'll be shoes from Brazil for the kids.
Wow.
And so I'm going to donate to that Project 43 for the kids.
Oh, okay. So you're going to give shoes. All right.
And socks from the, you know,
will
from
you tell me what they
Santa
need?
Monica.
And I will hit the streets and promote it. And I'll definitely donate something. I don't know what it'll be, but I will definitely.
Your time is good enough.
Oh, well, then I'll be there.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll want to talk to the kids.
I'll talk to the kids, and I don't mind hitting this pavement to promote positivity.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
I'll be knocking at your door, like, bring them out, bring them out. I got some information to tell you.
Yeah. I don't know if you know, I saw one of the candidates that you're running tomorrow, and I'm going to go vote for Julia, guys. I need you guys to vote for Julia. And they said you could be 14 years old.
That's what's so exciting.
14.
I'm so excited about this because young people, they need to understand that we don't have to be manipulated. See, our young people, they've been manipulated that our votes don't count. Not even the young people, grown adults. People, they don't want to vote because they just feel like it's not going to make a difference. My vote doesn't matter. Let me tell you, your vote does matter. And if we take more participation in civic engagement, and including coming to neighborhood meetings and meeting other people who want change, I'm telling you, there's no stopping us. We got to get involved. We got to stay engaged. And if you come and support me tomorrow at Ascension Lutheran Church at 5820 West Boulevard, if you're 14 years and older, you can come and vote. You just need to bring your school ID, maybe even a parent who can verify your age. But please, this is something you can do as a family, as a community, and I will not disappoint. I'm here to serve. I'm ready to serve. I've been preparing myself for this. So I would love to see some young people come out. And this election is so important because you don't have to be a registered voter. All you have to do is have verification ID that says you live in this community. I spoke to someone the other day and they were a little confused because they didn't think they could vote because my flyer says stakeholder. Let me explain to you what a stakeholder is. That means you live in this community. You own a business in this community. You worship in this community. You go to school in this community. We're all stakeholders. Everyone that's listening that lives in Park Mesa Heights, you are a stakeholder. You don't have to be a property owner. And that's another reason why I'm a little concerned about the neighborhood council. And I really want to just get the message out there because some people believe, oh, you have to own a house to participate. That is not true. Renters, if you renting property and you live here, let your voice be heard. Renting's going up, wages going down. Come on, let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about that because that's serious business. And I'm a stakeholder. My kids are stakeholders. Anytime you're a stakeholder and your parent is a stakeholder, you also are a stakeholder, okay?
This is true.
So we become stakeholders, all of us, okay? And a lot of us, our parents have gotten to the age where they are being targeted. They are being targeted to move out of the community. And that's not what the solution is to me.
Absolutely not.
We don't want to push them out of the community because they're up in age, and the kids, you guys may be struggling, and they actually target that too, because they know they can come and give you a some amount of money and relocate you to somewhere that you think is a whole lot better. When you get there, you starting all over again with the crime and the situation.
They're trying to make everybody move to Lancaster, Moreno Valley.
Yeah, and it's just a death trap out there, y'all. It's a death trap
out there.
No. They don't, that's why they coming here.
Right.
They don't want to be there neither. And they don't want to be nowhere with all the floods and
exactly. I'm fighting to stay in this community. I'm
Yeah.
not going nowhere.
Stay here and hold on to your family's property, even if you have to rent. It's a lot of people who don't, like she say, it ain't just your transits and the people that you may call a bum that's out here homeless. It's your best friends. It's your cousins, your sisters, your brothers.
Yes.
It's your baby mamas. It's your kids. It's their kids. It's people that's living with people. They homeless. They don't have anywhere to go. Okay? And we don't want to talk about why, because we already know that the system has crippled us as black people. All of the AFDC and the Section 8 that we had now is suddenly being snatched from up under you, and you have nowhere to go, and you have no source of income, no real source of income. And
there's people out here working 2 or 3 jobs, and they still can't pay.
And guess what? You're not the only ones that got sucked up into that. It's like she said, it's people that's working 2 and 3 jobs and still can't pay. You know why? The wages are very low compared to the cost of living.
Right.
So it is designed for us not to make it. So I'm telling y'all, you better believe in God and what he do.
Right.
He's the only one that can help you rise above all of that and help you build your own revenue doing something creatively that he gave you as a gift to do in order to make money and live completely comfortable. Only God can do that. He's trying to show us there is no system, there is no job that can hold you and put you in the place that he can put you.
Absolutely.
I don't care if you're a nurse. I don't even care if you're a doctor. Everybody being displaced. You have to find out what your thing is. There's money in your thing. Because it's something that's creative and something that you love to do. That means you're going to do it to the abundance. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get paid abundantly from it, because you're going to love to do it. You're going to love to be there doing it all the time. It's going to be your gift, and then it's going to be something you can share with everybody else. Now, when you figure that thing out, that's when God open up doors for you, and then your talent make room for itself.
Right. It's all about it starts within. It starts within. And it starts with the God within to give us the strength and the courage.
Absolutely.
To push and to fight through this, because it ain't easy out here. We see people out here struggling. So if you don't have God in your life, you probably not going to make it. Everything is possible.
Let's keep it real.
You're not going to make it. You can't make it without God's word and God's grace.
No, you cannot. You cannot. You need him. So I need, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. Okay. Because the reason why is, as long as you got him, you don't have to worry about anything else, because it will manifest on its own by the activation of your faith. That's the way it works. If you don't believe me, just try it.
Yeah, when things aren't going right in your life, you better figure out what you've been doing and stop doing that. No, I'm just kidding. The bottom line is,
where's your faith?
You got to have faith.
You got to have faith.
And that's what's wrong with a lot of our young people, and that's what's wrong with our hoods and our communities, is that
they lost faith.
People have lost hope and people have lost faith.
That's
and
right.
when people lose hope and faith, that's when things get dangerous.
And y'all can't do that.
Yeah, right.
Y'all can't do that. That's why this show, Testimony, is important to everybody. This is not my show. This show belongs to God. I'm just operating it.
Right.
You know, I have to feed your faith. You know, it's like a cell phone. If you don't charge it, it ain't going to work. Okay? Faith come by hearing, and hearing the word of God. Okay? And so...
And follow up with action.
With action, because it's dead without works.
Exactly.
You're absolutely right. If you don't do something, don't sit there and wait for something to happen for you. Oh, no. You got to get up. You got to make some type of effort, yes, to do something about it. Get active. And if you don't know what to do, you need to go to a quiet place and listen to thus said the Lord, because he speaks to you. He'll speak through a flower, a plant, an individual, a kid, a friend, you know what I mean? A picture, a frame, the sky, the birds,
but
the
what
trees.
you're asking people to do is kind of, it is a challenge.
It's a challenge.
Because you have to be open-minded. You have to create that space to let God speak.
And you said the magic word. That was at Bible study this week.
What's
confirmation?
That? Confirmation. Okay.
Hosea brought that message.
Is that right?
Yes, he did. Pastor Hosea said, listen here. A closed mind cannot fit in the kingdom. In the kingdom, you have to have an open mind. You have to think like Christ. You have to think like the Lord. You have to think. See, he had a thought, and then he said it, and then it was. He had a thought, and then he said it, and then it was. That was his faith. Okay?
Absolutely.
Or else it'll still be dark, and we'll be nothing, and we wouldn't even be formed right now. But everything that he spoke out his mouth turned into something that was valuable for life, and that was, that we needed, to sustain life. He breathed the breath. When he breathed the breath, that gave us life. When he said, "Let there be light," there was light. He didn't say, "I wish there was light. Oh, I'll be glad when night come." He said, "Let there be light," and his faith took him straight there. And there was light. That's the kind of faith we all have, y'all. We got godly faith. You got to use it. We got that godly faith. It's powerful.
I don't know all the scriptures, and I'll be honest with you, I haven't been to church in a long time.
It's okay. I don't know all of them
in the
either.
church, but I definitely have a good relationship with God.
That's all that matters.
And I strongly believe, it was very, I took a risk, coming out and saying, I want to represent my community, because I know, there's going to be haters out there or people who don't believe in me. But God told me, I brought you this far. I brought you here. And I wasn't quite sure how to get to where I am today.
Yes.
And each and every day I was meeting people, and they were helping me along the way and helping me and helping me. And then I came and he was guiding me.
Yes.
And I have to talk about it because it was only God. Because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how can I reach people. And then I met you. That was only God.
Praise God.
And I believe that. And and I was nervous to even come here today. And you talked to me and you said, hey. You were like, look, you could do this.
We're just going to have a conversation with the people.
And this is such a wonderful experience. I was just on a radio show the other day. Radio Justice. But anyway, we'll talk about that at another time. And this is just a comfortable place. I feel right at home. You so real, you know what I mean? And I'm real too. And a lot of people, they might judge me by the book or judge me by my cover, and that's such a big mistake.
And we do that a lot.
Yeah, knock it off.
They judge me all the time,
Y'all need to,
They judge me all the time. I went to one of the city council meetings, and when I walked in, I was just myself, and I got this look. Who the heck is this little ghetto chick here? And
I was like, when I saw you, I was like, ooh, look at this firecracker.
I was like, okay, well, I already saw the response to that, and I wanted to say something every time I opened up my mouth, I was shut down. So I just didn't say nothing. But then it got to a point where I had to speak because nobody had the answer to a certain,
Yeah, I
situation.
remember. I was watching the whole thing. I was
And
like, "Ooh, somebody about to turn."
I had to speak up for us as a whole, and then that's when all of a sudden the love started generating from those people who were once afraid to approach me and talk to me because I was African American. And now they're, every time they see me now in the community, they say, "Oh, hi, Tanja." And that makes me feel so good because these are the same people that didn't even speak to me at first. And the respect came in right then and there because once they know that, you're not what they thought you would be when you start opening up your mouth, they see that you got wisdom. They see that you have a lot to share and a lot to offer. You know what I mean?
You are a force
for everybody. And they see that and they feel your heart and they feel your spirit and they feel like, oh wow, I had this person all wrong. So we do that to so many people.
I do it all the time. I love proving people wrong, but I don't want to do that.
No,
I want you to, when you see me, identify with me. If you're a woman and you're a black woman, you need to identify with me.
Say hi.
If you a man, if you a king, you need to identify with me.
Yes,
because
say hi.
If you can't,
say hello.
That's on you.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing the right thing. So
and a lot of them is they'll walk right past you and be like, what's she looking at? Oh my God. Y'all, we got to stop that. We don't have room to be hating. We don't have room for that. Okay? We got to start embracing each other and identify with each other. Because if we don't do that with each other, how in the hell are our Caucasian friends who moving in our community going to be able to join in and feel comfortable and identify with us if we don't identify with ourselves? And that's period, point blank. The respect got to start with us. All they're going to do is follow and embrace what we do. Stop hating on each other. And let's show them that we can unite. We can come together.
Absolutely.
I thank God for Julia. If y'all looking at this today, I need y'all to go over there to that church, the Lutheran Church on West Boulevard.
And right off of Slauson, right behind the smoke shop.
Between the hours of?
Between 9 and 2.
9 a.m. and 2 p.m. And vote for Julia Smith. You'll see her picture on Buddha's Market. Okay? I seen your picture on Buddha's Market. She's everywhere. Vote for Julia Smith. Okay? And
I know everyone's busy tomorrow and people are looking forward to, to their Father's Day. It only takes 15 minutes just to get involved, and I will do my part after this election to keep you engaged. And I did say earlier that I'm responsible for delivering your concerns, but it's a two-way street. I'm also going to be responsible for delivering information to y'all because I'm at the city council meetings, and when I get information firsthand, I'm bringing it back to the community, and I'm going to bring it right back to Miss Tanja, and we're going to talk about it.
Amen. And I don't know the lady's name, but I love her.
Who?
She's a Caucasian lady, and she's running for...
Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about, and I forget her name.
name. She's the only Caucasian lady on the ballot.
Yes.
Y'all need to vote for her.
Yes,
y'all need to vote for her.
I was in the community.
She's from Venice.
Yes, she was originally from Venice.
She's from Venice, out here.
Yeah, right.
Venice Beach, y'all.
She's from Venice Beach.
And she's Jewish. She's down to earth.
And she's down to earth. And
she down for what we are talking about.
And that's what I'm talking about.
We need that diversity.
You were saying earlier about embracing our neighbors, we have to understand that we got to redefine what a neighbor is.
That's right.
Okay?
She lives in the community and she's our neighbor. So y'all vote for her. Don't skip over her because she white. She's somebody that we too need to have in our bowl of soup.
Yeah,
that gumbo we make it.
The gumbo, no doubt.
Okay. So we're at the end of the show, and I want to thank God for you guys coming on. And Julia will be back more often.
I would love to.
Community Talk 90043. That's where we at.
See you guys tomorrow at the polls. Thank you so much for your support. And I also want to wish the men out there happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day,
and I want to wish the women who are also fathers
happy Father's Day, Demetrius.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, moms.
Right. Happy Father's Day,
every mother. Too. Amen. Thank you, Julia.
No, thank you,
You're a sweetheart.
You too.
You're a winner.
And,
you are.
And I'm a winner amongst winners. I'm a queen amongst queens.
Amen.
You understand me?
Shout out to my ghetto queens out there.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, Freedom.